Each time you extend your hand towards someone upon seeing them, or after signing a mutual commitment, you are following one of the traditions of Mithric devotees. Those who once roamed the lands of ancient Persia thousands of years ago, where the commitment to treaties was the cornerstone of their rituals. At midnight between Saturday and Sunday, on the 3rd and 4th days of the month of day in the Persian calendar, a great rock beside a river split open, and an awe-inspiring figure resembling a 15-year-old boy emerged, carrying a torch and a dagger, marking the birth or the first presence of Mithra in this world, the god who bestows the title of the guardian of treaties, and kings from India, Persia, Mesopotamia, and Anatolia invoked him as a witness to demonstrate their enduring commitment to the peace treaties they forged, as everyone believed that if any party violates the peace, the guardian god of treaties will punish the guilty party. From the very moment of his birth, Mithra sought to test his strength, so he engages in a wrestle with the sun god. They wrestle until dawn, and ultimately, the sun cannot withstand Mithra's strength, and it falls to the ground. Impressed by Mithra's power, the sun honors him, and Mithra reaches out his right hand towards the sun to help it rise from the ground. This becomes a symbol of allegiance between the sun god and Mithra. Thus, they become loyal companions. Hence, in many writings related to ancient Persian beliefs, similar concepts are used to refer to both the sun and Mithra, and the term mare signifies both of them. In this depiction, found in a 4th century AD Mithraism in the city of Dura Europos, within the borderlands between the Arsacid, Sasanian, and Roman empires, Mithra and the sun are portrayed side by side. These depictions were found in a Mithraism in Klagenfurt, Austria, where Mithra is depicted as a young man wearing a Persian hat, alongside a naked sun god with a radiant crown. They are seen shaking hands. In some texts by Strabo, the Greek historian, it is mentioned that the Persians praise Helios, whom they call Mithra. Helios is the sun god in Greek mythology. In Meher-Yasht, part of Avesta, the primary collection of religious texts of Zoroastrianism, Mithra or Meher is called the loyal companion of the sun, who travels with him from east to west. Later, as the sun sets, he comes back to earth to oversee the treaties. Hence, he is known as the ever-vigilant god. He is also referred to as the holder of vast plains, having 10,000 eyes and long, powerful arms that can extend to encompass the whole world. He oversees all existence and its inhabitants to prevent any breach of contract. Even the covenant of creation between Ahura Mazda and Ahriman is under Mithra's supervision, as well as the marriage covenant between a man and a woman, or the peace treaty between two nations. At times, Persians invoked the name of Mithra to assert the truth of their statements. For instance, in a text by Plutarch, it is mentioned that Darius, the great king of Persia, inquiring about a matter, reminded his servant to swear by Mithra for loyalty and duty.
Tell me the truth in the name of the great light of Mithra.
In most texts and documents dating back to the 4th century AD, mainly the treaties and agreements between kingdoms, the name Mithra is seen as the sun god, and in these books you can find examples of such cases. For instance, during the finalization of the peace treaty between the Eastern Roman Empire and the Sasanian Empire in 387 AD over today's Armenia, in a ceremony, the Persian king summoned Mithra as the sun who sets the planets in motion to witness this agreement. In this renowned depiction of the coronation of Ardashir, the second of the Sasanian Empire, Mithra stands to the left of Ardashir, blessing him as he receives the royal ring from Ahura Mazda. Mithra's presence alongside Ahura Mazda in depictions by Zoroastrian Sassaniads could be indicative of his influence among Persians in old times. In Zoroastrian religious texts, Mithra is considered one of Ahura Mazda's creations, ranked far below him. However, his popularity and influence among Persians, even after the emergence of Zoroastrianism, were such that Persian kings could not ignore him. If we go far back in history, Mithra is one of the ancient Aryan gods, and in some writings, he is introduced as the son of Anahita, the virgin goddess of water. In Hindu tradition, Mithra is the god of covenants and is often mentioned alongside Varuna. Mithra represents day and sun, and Varuna represents night. These two gods were important figures among the inhabitants of ancient India nearly 4,000 years ago. Also, in a tablet found in the region of Boğazköy in modern-day Turkey, Mithra is recorded as the god of the covenant alongside Varuna. According to the Greek historian Plutarch, Persians regard Mithra as an intermediary as well, and in the days and months of the year, he stands in between. In such a way, the 16th day of the month in ancient Persian calendars, meaning the first day of the second half of each month, is named after Mithra, and the 7th month of the 12-month year is named after Mithra as Mer, the victorious and healing god who hastens to aid those who call upon him and punishes covenant breakers. In an inscription left by Ardashir of the Achaemenid dynasty, Ahura Mazda, Mithra, and Anahita are praised together. In a Mithraism found in Dura Europos, there is this depiction of Mithra dressed in Persian attire, depicted as an archer, while two hunting creatures accompany him, one, a snake moving under Mithra's horse, and the other, a lion that Mithra is pursuing. Meanwhile, Mithra's arrows have struck several animals in front of him. This somewhat similar depiction of Mithra on horseback is found in a historical area in Heidelberg, Germany, in which Mithra holds a sphere in his hand, and again, a snake and a lion are beside him. Mithra in Persian mythological narratives is described as riding a celestial chariot drawn by 4 white horses with golden and silvery horseshoes. His palace is located atop Mount Hara in Alborz, a place where neither night nor darkness, cold, sickness, nor death exist. This description, as you may remember from our previous videos, is related to a hidden world in Persia, with its gates concealed within secret caves, a land where its inhabitants enjoy endless happiness and prosperity, and it is destined that after the destruction of the earthly world at the end of time, they will come to begin a new era of human life and civilization. Moreover, in some narratives, the leaders of this hidden world, in their efforts to save the humans on Earth, occasionally send individuals to the surface for guidance and assistance. In this belief, Mithra is one of these saviors who, through a hidden gate, enters the world of humans from a cave. The fact that followers of Mithra seek refuge in caves for their ceremonies, or construct their temples underground in a form that resembles a cave, could be related to this discussion and seen as an attempt to connect with the inhabitants of Mithra's unknown world, a world far more advanced than that of humans, with inhabitants possessing extraordinary abilities. Individuals who, whenever they appeared in human society, were revered as gods or representatives of gods, and their deeds were remembered as miracles. This is evidenced in the Rig Veda, one of the sacred Hindu texts, where Mithra is introduced as an intermediary between gods and humans, playing a role akin to a prophet. Also, in this book, you can find discussions on whether Meher or Mithra, from ancient times, had connections with the kings of Persia, serving as examples of connections between divine forces and humans, in a manner where, based on the connection with Mithra, kings mirrored the actions of gods on earth and even embodied gods themselves. According to this ancient belief, Mithra and his virgin mother, Anahita, never lost their position among the Persian people, and with every religious system that came to rule over Persia, their followers reintroduced these two into the new religious order. These circumstances are not unique to Iran alone. Rather, the influence of Mithra extended beyond the borders of ancient Persia. This deity, the guardian of treaties, transforms into the god of war whenever someone violates an agreement. Hence, ancient Persian soldiers, before going into battle against anti-Mithraic nations, offered special invocations to him atop their horses. Rituals that caught the attention of Roman soldiers in their battles gradually led them to adopt a form of belief in Mithraism themselves. Simultaneously, Due to the Persian nature of this ritual, and out of fear of being recognized as agents of the Persian Empire, they performed their customs and rituals in secrecy, ultimately resulting in a different form, and a series of Mithraic rituals emerged within the Roman and Anatolian regions. Again, its influence reached a point where amid Constantine's efforts to establish Christianity as the sole religion of his dominions, Mithra reappeared within the context of this new religion. Mithraism is also known as the religion of the stars and the 7 planets, and are associated with the 7 ranks or degrees of Mithra's initiates, in such a way that after death, the soul of each initiate follows what they have learned while passing the 7 degrees outlined in this religion, and through the spheres of the planets, ascends to the world of the fixed stars, the ultimate world of light and immortality. The rituals and beliefs associated with this deity also penetrated into Manichaeism. In the mythological narratives we have reviewed earlier, when the Mother of Life is saying farewell to her son Hormazd-Bag before his battle against Ahriman, she extends her right hand towards him, as if shaking hands in Mithraism. And in the time when Hormazd-Bag is imprisoned in the world of Ahriman, Meher-Izad, the savior, extends his right hand towards Hormazd-Bag for his salvation, pulling him towards himself within the border realms of the worlds of light and darkness. Therefore, when the Manichaeans met, they extended their right hands towards each other and shook hands, a symbolic gesture of being saved from darkness. In one of Mani's writings, it is stated, "The lights of the right hand protect you from all the support of enmity and the snares of the world, and set you free." Mithra is a redeemer who occasionally comes to earth and shows the path of salvation and happiness to the people, a belief that has almost universally emerged in all monotheistic religions as a belief in a savior who is supposed to appear soon and deliver human society from the darkness.